There are many traditions about the rights of neighbors, their due respect, and their role in our society. Serve God and join not any partners with Him, and do good to parents, kinsfolk, orphans, those in need, neighbors who are near, neighbors who are strangers, the companion by your side, the wayfarer ye meet, and what your right hands possess. The prophet of God said, "The neighbor because of whom one locks the door, out of fear for one's family and wealth, is not a believer." Gabriel has repeatedly recommended me to be good to my neighbor until I have thought that he would include him among my heirs. The prophet of God was asked, "O prophet of God, what are the rights of neighbors incumbent upon other neighbors?" He said, "The least of a neighbor's rights on him is that 1. If he asks him for a loan, he should grant it to him. 2. If he asks for help, he should help him. 3. If he wants to borrow something from him, he should lend it to him. 4. If he needs him to donate something to him, he should do so. 5. If he invites him, he should accept his invitation. 6. If he gets sick, he should go and visit him. 7. If he passes away, he should attend his funeral procession. 8. If he receives some blessings, he should be happy and not envious of him. 9. If a tragedy befalls him, he should grieve for his grief. 10. He should not build a tall building in front of his dwelling, which would trouble him due to its overlooking his house and obstructing the passage of breeze. 11. If he is presented with some novelty in his house, then he should present him a part of it if he knows that he does not have something like it. Otherwise, he should conceal it from him and his family if he desires it for himself. 12. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was told of a woman who prayed and fasted a lot and gave alms generously, but whose neighbors complained of her abusive tongue. He said that she would be in hellfire. When he was told of another woman who did not do all those extra acts of worship, but whose neighbors were happy with her, he said that she would be in paradise. When he was told of another woman who did not do all those extra acts of worship, but whose neighbors were happy with her, he said that she would be in paradise. 13. The prophet of God then added, "Listen to what I tell you. Only a few people who are blessed by God's mercy fulfill the rights of neighbors. God enjoined on me the rights of the neighbor to the extent that I thought he would appoint him as an heir." 14. Quoted on the authority of God's prophet, "Anyone who dies with 3 neighbors pleased with him will be forgiven by God." 15. Whoever believes in God and the final day should not trouble his neighbors. 16. The reverence of a neighbor incumbent on the neighbor is like the reverence due to one's mother. 17. Imam Sadiq narrated that someone complained to the Prophet of God about his neighbor. The Prophet turned his face away from him. He came back again. Then the Prophet told Ali, Salman, and Miqdad. 18. Go and publicly announce that the curse of God and the angels is on one who troubles his neighbor. 19. The noble prophet said, treating one's neighbors with kindness and being a good neighbor will result in an increase in one's share of daily bread and the development of towns. 20. God the Almighty enjoined on me the rights of the neighbor to the extent that I thought he will inherit from me. 21. Whoever spends the night with a full stomach while his neighbor is hungry does not believe in me. One who spends the night clothed while his neighbor has no clothes has not believed in me. 22. I seek refuge in God from an evil neighbor. Next to one's place of residence, his eyes see you and his heart watches you. If he sees you in a good state, it grieves him, and if he sees you in a bad state, it makes him happy. 23. Ask about the neighbor before buying the house, and the traveling companion before starting the journey. 24. The domain of the neighborhood of a mosque and a house is 40 houses, and for directions. 25. In a letter to his governor Uthman ibn Hanif, Imam Ali wrote, should I pass the night with a full stomach while around me are hungry and thirsty bellies? 26. On the other hand, pleasing one's neighbor is a cause of forgiveness. 27. Imam Sadiq said, one who troubles his neighbor is cursed. 28. Imam Sajjad said, the people living in 40 houses on either side of your house are your neighbors. You must respect their rights, live with them, and associate with them in peace. Seek God's help to do so.